Hello everyone, welcome back to Lynn's Homestead. Today we're going to be working in the garden. It's doing quite well. I mean, things are just really growing up really well. We only had one rainstorm out of 2 weeks. Been quite dry, really dusty. Now you see in the video where I used farm truck, went and got some mulch. Used my Massey Ferguson GC 1723E, my little subcompact tractor to unload. Tractor did an awesome job, I tell you what. Now guys, it might look like I'm on a lot of land. I'm really not. 0.60 acres. Now, I've had people say, why in the God's green earth did you buy a tractor like that? Well, I wanted a garden tractor. Now, I had a garden tractor. It was old, falling apart. You can't get no parts for it. You had to make stuff, and it just did not work for me at all. It would not do what I wanted it to do. And every time I tried to force it, it would break, and it would be a catastrophic failure to the point you'd have to use a chain in your vehicle to drag it away. So, yes, I went in the hawk for 7 years on this tractor. My payments are under $140 a month. I pay 0% interest. And I tell you what, this tractor is the best purchase I've ever made in my life. The attachments that I can make for it, that I never could on the other one because there was no way to do it, it's amazing. So, I'm going to show you what's going on in the garden. See, I've been mulching everything, and this hardwood mulch is what I use to change the clay into a usable soil. So, I can't hardly do this any other way. I was going to take the tractor on the other side over here, but that gate is too small, and I want the bucket and everything here and keep the mess within the garden. So, what I do, try to get these big pieces I don't want, and I just one bucket to another bucket. This is what I did all day yesterday. There's a lot of organic matter in here that's going to work magic in this garden. I mean, a lot of the stuff that I already did put in here, it's greened up a lot. See, then I just take my bucket, watch where I walk. I just dump it on the ground, lift up some of the things and just put it underneath everything. Try to keep it thick as we want to kill all these weeds and grass that's growing in here that never seem to get under control. I tried using that cloth last year. The grass and the weeds grew up through it. And that was a worse mess to clean up than doing just this. If you get at least 4 inches covering the grass and the weeds, they won't grow. So, I just get another bucket load. Take it to its destination and dump it on the ground. Put it around the plants. Try not to cover them. Now, there's one other thing that I got to discuss with you. Like I say, I'm putting down all this mulch. I paid $20 for all this mulch. Okay? Now, when the season's done, I'm not digging this out. I'm going to till it into the soil. That means in the fall, the only tool I'll need in here is a tiller. It puts the garden to bed. It will rot. It's going to be having rot the whole season. I just till it into the soil. It's going to make such a great soil at a faster rate than I ever had in here before. Northwest Tennessee, it's all clay. It's all concrete. It's a miracle just to see any of this growing. But anyways, that's what I wanted to show you. That's what I'm talking to you about. And let me show you this mulch up close here. You see how dense it is? Now, when I get the garden watered, this is going to hold the moisture, so my plants won't suffer. Now, I know a couple of my plants look like they were in stress. I'm not exactly sure as to why. I'm taking a guess because of the heat, and I wasn't here because I went camping. But I did water the garden real well before I left. Then we had that really bad storm. So I want you to look over the garden here. Along the fence line, there's the taller ones of sunflowers. Then I got my beans. There's some lettuce mixed in. On the other place is some little watermelon. These here are all the squash. Then I have onions. Then I got potatoes over there. On the far side over there is the cucumbers. More corn. And then more sunflowers over there. So, the mulch, I mean, when I was putting it down, I noticed the sunflowers that were looking a little yellow, they just like sprung back to life. And I starting to see some blooms coming off. Now, whether anything come out, I don't know. I never grew sunflowers before. The first thing I put this mulch around was my 2 apple trees and my peach tree that I have sitting over here. So that should help to keep the moisture, keep the roots protected from the heat, and to keep this clay from killing everything. So that's what I want to show you in this video. Off camera, I'm going to get to work. I could be out here for hours, and I don't want to bore you with that. So I may see you next time here in Lynn's Homestead. You have an awesome day.